Hello Pisces, this is a reading for you for the month of Sagittarius, that is between the 21st of November and the 21st of December this year. What do I want to say? This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. Oh, I know, I'm sorry that I misspelled the Pisces name last time. I don't know why, because I know it's Pisces, but you know, English spelling is sometimes an English pronunciation is sometimes very unlogical and not intuitive, I'd say. Well, at least for me. So I know you're Pisces. So this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon or Rising. I've already shuffled the cards. And now I just want to cut the deck. And we can begin our simple 3 or 4 card reading. Pisces, what do the Pisces need to know for the time of Sagittarius, Sun in Sagittarius? Pisces need to know what are the messages this time. Okay, at the bottom of the deck you have the Blasted Beach. Yeah, Blasted Beach is a tower in this deck. Look what happens here. The thunder, the lightning strikes, the fire destroys the tree, and some people are falling. Perhaps they were living there. These are forest people, fairies. So an abrupt and unexpected event happens this month for you. It's usually said that it comes from out of you, that the source is your environment, but I don't think it has to be like that. I usually see the tower as a very beautiful, freeing energy, something that lets you grow and be free from your restrictions, because the tower is a restriction of some kind. This is the shelter you are in, and its walls are too tight for you, and that's why it needs to be destroyed. It needs to be destroyed in order for you to grow and to build a better shelter where you have lots of space to move, to find yourself in the motion, find your body moving, not just sitting tight, you know. What I like about this card, you can see beech leaves here. They tend to stick to branches even after the fall, after the autumn, but there are already buds here, and they are waiting for spring to grow, to unwind beautifully. I don't know if you know beeches, the trees. I love beeches. They are a very common tree here where I live, and the view of the beech forest every season is just stunning, and I really love these buds. And actually I was in the forest yesterday and I observed the beeches, and they already have these buds. So they already know they're gonna grow and have fresh yellowy green leaves in a few months' time. So remember, it's good for you. It's good for you. Don't be afraid of it. I mean, you can be afraid, but don't let it stop you. Never. Don't let the fear stop you. It's not the fear's purpose. The fear isn't here to stop you. It's here to show you the way. Let's look at your cards. You have the Moon, which is your card very much. The Moon says about being uncertain, not seeing clearly, and not seeing properly, and being lost, and being true to yourself also. The necessity of being true to yourself is all about the Moon. And it also speaks about how easy it is to get lost in the play of light and shadow, and we don't always have enough information to go the straight way, to know where we are going, to see the purpose. That's not always the case. Sometimes it's dark, sometimes we are in a fog. Sometimes something is pulling us in the opposite direction. I wonder what they say here in this deck about this card, because I'm using this deck for only 3 days, really. And I love the meanings here. I don't know why this deck isn't very popular, because it's really, really beautiful and really moving and really speaking to me. Okay? So the Moon. The Moon is a complicated card and indicates that situation you are doing the reading about is not simple. So that's not a simple situation. Yeah, I know. You wouldn't have to blast the beach if it was simple. There may not be a clear black and white answer, but only a frustrating lack of concrete facts. That's what I was telling. By the light of the Moon, shades of grey fade into each other, causing you to question what is actually there. So you don't know the truth, right? You don't have enough information. Is it a monster or a treasure? Will you find your dearest hope or your greatest fear? So you may be afraid to destroy the tower. That's how I feel now. When lost in the night, waiting until morning can be helpful. But until then, you're spending time with your monsters and your dreams. Both tell you something about yourself and give you answers. Okay, so listen to both. I said, listen to your fear. Don't let it blind you. Listen to it. While the situation may be confusing to the conscious mind, you might be surprised that these encounters in the dark help you see your unconscious desires very clearly. Once you tap into that wisdom, knots become unraveled and riddles are solved. So there's hope for you, of course, and the situation of Moon doesn't last forever. And yes, as Pisces, you are especially intuitive, and you can use this force to get through it, to get through this situation. It's interesting how all the signs I've read, you are 4th now. There is darkness in every reading, and I know why. Because here, now, in the northern hemisphere, we have the darkest time now. The sun is still receding farther and farther south, and there's less and less light here, especially here where I live. It's quite far north. And of course we can feel depressed and somber because of it. But on the other hand, it can be the most beautiful time of the year when we have time and space to look within, and in this darkness to search and to find our inner light, which is the most beautiful thing we can have, really. And somehow I feel these two cards are talking about this difficult search within. But what it promises is worth searching. Okay? Let's look at your center card. It's beautiful, beautiful. Life renewed, which is the judgment. And it really resonates with what I understand by judgment. I've always understood it as the second chance, as being given a chance for a new life. And as well, it corresponds with what I was talking about. When the beach is blasted, suddenly all the other plants around are capable of growing, because I don't know if you know, but beach leaves have the substance that makes it impossible for other plants to grow around, so that the beach dominates the forest. The beech forests are very full of light, because there are no little plants at all. All is covered with old beech leaves, and there are only trees, old and new, but only beeches, nothing else. That's why I always feel like it's a cathedral. But sometimes when the beech is blasted, it gives space to other species to grow. Okay? You find your inner light, and then, look, it's oak. This is a little oak already sprouting here. So I feel you have a chance to grow something anew, to invite something very new into your life. What is it, Pisces? Think about it. This dark time is a beautiful time to invite something new into your life and to plant it. You will have a space for it to grow. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. And your final card is King of Wands. King of Wands is a master of creativity. Very fiery energy. Of course, it can be a person, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So, in fact, it can be anyone who possesses this kind of personality that is very fiery. What I mean by fiery, look at the fire. Look at this. The fire is burning hot. You can't get too close to it, not to get blisters. But, on the other hand, it's warm when you're in the proper distance from it. It gives you light. It gives you warmth in this deep night. It's something very magnetizing. It makes me want to get closer, but not too close. And it's this kind of person, it's this kind of energy, lots of fiery energy that can burn, but most of all, it can create, it can give warmth, it can give light, it can give life. This is a very lively energy. This is someone who does things, who takes ideas and brings them into life. So for me, it can be you. It can be your energy. Or it can be someone inspiring to you. Inspiring to plant this little seed. Because it's a good idea. It's a good idea. It's a good time. And you have space for it, finally. Do it. This is what this card is telling me. Just do it. Use it. Use this time. Don't miss it. Dear Pisces. Okay. Beautiful reading. Very demanding one, I feel. Really, because new life is always demanding. And these changes here and this uncertainty here. You have 3 major arcanas. Aquarius also had 3 major arcanas. So big changes in your life. But don't be afraid. It's going to be okay. I hope you like it. You can subscribe to my channel. We see each other every month. I wish you all the best for this month. Bye.